This shit doesn't work. Now, I'm talking about Google Ads running to a store which hasn't been set up right. And I'll tell you what, this is something really interesting. I'm going to do something that I've never done before. I turned down a chance to talk to someone about Google Ads. And what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to break it down into why this company actually shouldn't be running any Google Ads at all. And to make it more useful, what I'm going to do is add in what they should be doing to this process, and actually I'm going to go over their business model and break that down as well. This may be something you've seen, maybe something you hasn't seen. Hey, my name is Paul Easton and I've been in digital marketing for over 20 years and I help Google advertisers get more leads at theprofitbridge.com. Now I'm going to jump on a screen and walk through the site and the background behind it and what I would recommend to help this business out. Bye for now. Hi, so let's continue with the video. So let me explain the background here. I run an offer every now and then offering to manage Google Ads accounts for 3 months for free. And this client approached me. And this is one of the few times I said, no, I can't actually help you. And something one of my mentors says was to be honest. And literally I decided that no, this wasn't a company that I wanted to deal with. And I'm going to explain where my thought came from. But basically I turned down working with this client. And I'm going to walk through why, and then I'm actually going to give some actual things he should do instead. Here's my background. I don't think he should be running Google Ads. Especially, maybe not yet. And I'm going to walk through the things that are going to make a difference for him, just to give you a little bit of ideas on the way I think and why I think this particular way. So this particular clothing store is selling online. They are what I believe to be a drop shipping store. So drop shipping model is an interesting approach. So let me just go down a little bit. So for starters, we've got random products of no particular theme. So it's a bit like a bit of everything store. Now dropshipping can be done one of a couple of different ways. It means that the store doesn't actually purchase the product until someone buys it. It does have the advantage you can have lots of different products and then the purchases doesn't happen until someone actually buys the product from you. And in some cases the product is then shipped directly from China. And in some cases, the product is directly from US-based suppliers. There are a couple of downsides to this model. For example, anything coming from China has a long wait time. You get really unhappy customers who have to wait a long time because Amazon has made these people expect it quickly. And in that case, they might buy from you once, but they'll never buy from you again. The US-based model has the better option of fast shipping, but when you're shipping the same products as everyone else, there's no point of difference. There's no difference in what you're shipping or what you're selling compared to anyone else. And this is a lot down to brand and trust and a whole lot of other things, but we'll go further into that. So let's start at the top here. We'll just go up a little bit. So I'm going to say that there's not enough trust in the site to create customers. So what would happen if they ran a Google Ads campaign? They would run a lot of traffic to the site. It would not convert to sales, and they would say that Google Ads doesn't work. And the type of ads they would be running would be Google Shopping ads, and I'll show you what they look like in a minute. But let's break this down a little bit. Let's just use the example of these running shoes. They're $29.99 British pounds, and they're so that's to purchase. Shipping is, for starters, we've got shipping as extra cost. I believe you get free £55 for free shipping. So they try and encourage people to buy larger amounts to get that free shipping option. But at the moment, most people would only necessarily run one pair of shoes unless they can justify getting two, and they still don't know until they go through Victor. It still doesn't actually get enough for that or just over the free shipping. So that's what they're trying to do. So the first thing I'm going to notice from top to bottom, so these social icons up here, while they're great and they're a little bit of trust, if you spent money to get people to the site, I prefer these down the bottom. People will find your social if they're interested enough. Yes, they try to encourage free shipping, but not unusual. So there's no really, a lot of people do this at different amounts. There's no logo of any kind. We've got this image down here, which is a very pixelated image. It's very, jagged around the edges. So immediately my trust is down. Now, what's the special point in this site? I can't see it being any different than the others. No point of difference. No, every store has its no special promise, and you'll see that with all retailers, they have a special promise to whatever it is that makes them different. And then I go across the top here. What happens if I've got a problem? I've got no phone number, no necessarily, I think there's a contact, that's a login button. There's possibly a contact us button somewhere here as well, but there's no, I don't know if I have any problem who I talk to. So there's the other issue. Companies like Amazon don't necessarily need their phone number because they've got years and years of trust. This site doesn't have it. So let's talk about keywords for a second. Because when you run Google ads in this particular market, you actually will run Google shopping ads. But I'm going to give you an outline of what that would cost. The question I always get was, how much do I spend? Well, let's look at it from this point of view. Let's take these shoes here. They are £29, 29.99 pounds. And so we're going to have to advertise for that. And Google Ads works on cost per click. And it's an amount you're going to pay per click. So I'm going to jump over into a little bit of research and just give you an outline of where this comes from. So jumping into here, so I'm in the Google Ads keyword planner. You can only get access to this if you have actually an account running. You can't run it. You used to be able to use it for free and help yourself to it, but this is going to give us an outline of keywords that are advertising cost. So I'm going to jump into another tab here. And so we've got keyword ideas. So I've done a quick little research. I've done United States and I've done men's running shoes. And this is going to tell me an estimate of how much you're going to pay per click. And this is the top of the range bid, low range. Just check here. Historically, so that's historically. And top of the range, high range. So it's low range and high range. And at the high range, you're at $4.59 per click. And there's one down here. This one's $6.50 per click. And Ultra Boost is the brand, and that's $2 something. So let's just say even men's sneakers, we're paying $4.59 a click. And just to show you what these ads would roughly look like as a Google shopping, we can have a look over here, and you've probably already seen these before. Here is the images and details that are pulling. Now, most likely this person is trying to be the cheapest in the market. What happens when you're cheapest in the market, say for example, you've got these other brands that are $80 and $60, and then you're $29, the first thing a person thinks is, is this going to be as good because it's a lot cheaper? They may not think it out loud, but they do think it. Why is this so cheap? And that's the thing. Am I going to get anything that's just as good as these because they're way cheaper? And that's what goes through a person's mind. Especially see they're unbranded. So let's just have a double check. They're breathable men's mesh speed fitness sneakers. So someone has tried to put keywords in there. That's what that is. And they're £29. But I'll tell you this now. I started off in e-commerce, and it can take anything up to 100 clicks to get a sale. And 100 clicks is what's called a 1% conversion rate. That means 1 out of 100 people will buy. And a good website, you might get 3%. So that's 3 out of every 100 that actually turn into a sale. So you see an immediate problem here. If a click is $6.54 and you've got to get 100 of them before you get a sale, then you've spent way more than your product is selling for, and you've lost money. And that's quite common because the per click costs are always going up, and you have to be smarter in it. That's why brands, so you notice that one there, the brand one there is a lot less, even though I don't know that brand. because that's a brand that people know about. So now we've got problem number one. If we run ads, we need to spend enough to get through the door to get people to buy, and this is only on one subject, one type of one product in the whole store. And this one's best running shoes for men, and that one's $3.70 or 49 cents. Now I'll put a caveat in here, meaning that every time I've seen these low areas here, once we run an actual ad campaign, it's it's always a lot higher than this low campaign. You might get started with this, but then you get no clicks because it's too low. So that's the issue that I have here. So most likely what's going to happen is it's not going to be effective to advertise even on a good website. Let's just jump back to the site again. So let's just jump through to this one, since I'm seeing running shoes. So we've got the running shoes, we've got sizes. I don't recommend dealing with products with sizes. It is a headache. Whatever size you think you are, people always buy the wrong size, and then you have to return them, and they have to return them. You have to deal with returns, and you lose money. This is it's just bullet pointed details, bullet point of what they are. There's nothing barely here as a describer here. The pictures are good, but I think those come from the provider's site. But there's no products in use. There's some more down here. There's even a lower cost one. So what am I doing here? I have no guarantees. I have no reviews of this product. I have nothing to build any trust of why I would buy this product instead of anybody else. So that's my first issue with this site. So far, everything I've seen has been not helpful. So because these things are existing, but what do you do about them? So I'm going to break down a few things that you can do to get this working better. Let me jump on one of the other products. I saw something that also surprised me. So remember, the image is not great. Let's go down. Let's go to jewelry. Where is it? Okay, we see here, we've got a product here. We've got 10 reviews. Okay, good. This is good. Right, so let's jump over to it. Okay, good picture, good description. Made in the USA, so that's a good selling point. Prices up there better. But where's the reviews? So I can't find anything here that supposedly has got reviews. Let's have a look at this other one. Same thing. We've got a product that's supposedly got reviews, but you can't see them. We've got a small guarantee. Very easy to miss this. And what does this mean? We guarantee it will exceed your high expectations. What does that actually mean? So we've got that challenge as well. So I've been pretty hard on this site, just to give you an idea of what needs to be done. And I'll explain my background quickly, why I've gone down this path. Let me jump back. So I started off selling dog clothing, and one of the best things I ever did was I got customers to send me pictures of their dogs wearing the clothing. And I had people tell me, I knew you were a real business because those pictures weren't high quality. These were pictures taken on standard cameras and forestry areas and all sorts. So they weren't the best quality, but they were real. So there's what we need to do. We need to bring in some realism here. And we want to build the trust. So for starters, we want a clear value proposition. Why should I buy from you? And this image just doesn't bring it to you. You would never see this on a store, in a local retail store. The quality of it is just not there. So that's that challenge for starters. We don't have any, again, value proposition, why I should buy from you, what makes you different than anyone else. We don't have any clear and upfront guarantee. What happens if I get the wrong size? What happens if it's not the product I expected? What happens if it goes missing? All those things need to be covered in the customer's mind before they're going to buy. So, in saying all of that, the only way to actually do this and to get it started is to actually get reviews. And this is going to be an investment on you. You're going to have to get these products and send them to someone who can do a review, preferably a video review. Now, I'm not talking about necessarily spending thousands on influencers, but I am talking about getting in front of someone who maybe has a small audience. Now, you eyes wide open here. You're going to have to pay for the product. You're going to have to pay them to do it. But also, I want you to take it another step and create a discount code for them that they can share as well. And they get a commission on that. So here's the win from their end, because you don't have a lot to work with here. You have to pay them to do the review. It has to be, you're going to have to ship the product to them for free, and you're going to have to give them a commission on any sales. You want to make it to the point that it's really worth it for them. Otherwise, you will just get ignored when you reach out to people. So here's what you need to do is to get that content to help you boost your credibility. And on top of that, you need to have a phone number where people can contact you, even if it goes to an answering machine. At least it's a phone number that people can see up the front and they can leave a message. So what we're doing here is we're putting trust elements in here. Trust elements that make it more likely that people are going to buy. It's still not going to be easy. I also would put in here some sort of pop on exit. So if someone comes into the store and you're paying for ads coming in, they will then, you're paying per click, and if they then leave, you've lost your money. So there's no pop on exit or discount on exit or any of those certain things. There's plenty of ways. I use a tool called OptiMonk, which is very good. Check it out. And it allows to specifically target people that come in. For example, if someone come in an ad about shoes, you can then give them a discount on shoes when they leave. You can give them specific discounts for particular areas or countries. All those type of things can be targeted to make it more relevant. If this person comes in and they leave, you're never ever going to see them again. So that's why I believe that a pop-up window on exit is worth looking at. So here's what you needed to do. You needed to get those reviews. You didn't get them created. Yes, and actually down here you've got a refund policy, you've got a terms of service and all this information that you need, but it's still hidden down the bottom here. Let's have a look at the contact information and see what we've got. Okay, so we've got an email, we've got an address, but the email is also a Gmail address. So we're down in trust again. At the least have a form here. And we still haven't got a lot of trust going on here. While I'm down there again, just a minute. Subscribe to our emails. No one does this. There's no reason. Humans need a reason to do something. That's what the pop-ups will do. This part is nice. Nice little thing down the bottom here. But again, we still have the trust elements missing. And without the trust, people won't buy. It's just simple human nature. And if it was just as easy as throwing up a store like this and people be able to buy, people would do it every day. But you need those reviews, and those reviews you can actually turn into videos, you can turn into content, and the chances of someone buying is a lot higher. But remember, we still have a 1% conversion rate, and the only way to increase your conversion rate is have those type of elements focused within your site. So, long story short, putting up a site like this, it's still hard to make sales. Let's be honest here. You're still going to have to work out which products you're going to create, which products you're going to focus on, because you've got, let's just have a look here. Let's go view all. You've got a lot of products, so you don't necessarily want to promote all of them. Okay, and a wide range of products you're trying to promote again. Again, pants. My personal preference is, again, stay away with things with sizes if you can. or at least simple sizing. And again, we've got $15 products. So even if that costs you $1, it's going to cost you more than $15 in advertising costs to get people there. And you won't know this until you get it running. But if you're going to run Google Ads or shopping ads, focus only on a few products, because you need to choose the ones that you can get those reviews. There's going to be a cost to that, and then focus on those. If you try and run your advertising across all these products, it will be cost prohibitive, and the chances of it working are even slimmer, because you need to spend thousands and your competitors have thousands and possibly you don't. So look, I've gone through this site giving my best possible feedback, hoping to provide value that, okay, this is not ready for running Google Ads and needs these things done first. I hope you or anybody else has found some value in it. This is the way I would approach it. You're going to have to invest in those reviews, and also those reviews shouldn't be on a reviews page. Put them in the sidebar here. Put them right in here. Here's another one. What's going on here? There's a dot up here on its own. So my trust has dropped again. So remember these type of things to get in the shoes of your customer. Do you have more than one photo? No, we have a large photo. We only have the one photo. This one needs to... There are plenty of AI tools which allow you to put these pictures on actual humans as well. There's many of those around you can use to get those make up. You've got to search for AI tools and images. There's plenty of options there. But yeah, so that's what we need to do. We need to build that trust in here. And nothing happens without trust. People won't buy anything without trust, and they'll leave again. I hope you found some value, and bye for now.